Hello, Flosstube. My name is Elizabeth Martinez, phantastitches, and this is my Flosstube update number 286. I was like, that can't be right. 2866. Today's June 6th, 17. June 17th. Yeah. And this is my 286th video. That's a lot. Hi, hope you had a good week. This weekend, I mentioned last week that last Sunday, the 11th, was my parents' anniversary, and this is a picture of them from when they were married. Sorry about the glare. Mom and Dad, this is like 1955. Yeah, that's pretty. Nice picture. But tomorrow is the 18th and is Father's Day. And so it's kind of hard, in our family. This is our first Father's Day since my dad passed away last August. But, we're just finding new ways to celebrate this. But anyway, it's we're still honoring Dad, and so this is his picture when he was in the Army, shortly before my parents got married. So this was, I don't know, 53, 54, something like that. So yeah. And actually that picture, we kind of crammed it in the same picture frame with my mom's pictures, and I think I showed my mom's picture for Mother's Day. We crammed it in there because we don't have a proper frame for it because it's a weird size, and it probably needs a mat or something like that. It's never had a regular picture frame for it. It's always kind of been floating around, so it's a But anyway, it needs its own frame. But anyway, so tomorrow, the 18th, is Father's Day, and I wishing you all the best, both if you happen to be a guy and a father, happy Father's Day, and but also just for everybody, whether you still have your father with you or he's passed away or whatever, it's a good day to honor your dad. So anyway, I have a finish to share, and my WIPGO stitching. I've almost met my second goal of whip stitching, and work in progress, if you don't know what the acronyms are. And then I still have to do a second new start, because my cross-stitch camp piece was my first one. And so I still need to decide on a second new start, and I have technically until the 30th to fit one in, because a new start doesn't necessarily doesn't say how many days, it just is a new start. So I have a couple pieces in mind that I might do. I just haven't decided yet because I have so many. I was just thinking about that in watching a couple of Flosstubes and getting a couple of newsletter kind of updates, and there's several mystery sales going on. I think the Frosted Pumpkin has one, and Tiny Modernist has one, and there's a couple others that are mystery sales, and then several other stitch-alongs that people are doing. Just like I think Pam Schaefer of Pam and Steph, she's got one that's going on, or that's, I don't know if it's already started or it's going to start soon or whatever, but for cancer survivor awareness, and so on. So that so I was talking about those because of, you know, they're a serious case of FOMO, you know, of fear of missing out, of, you know, like I'll read about an upcoming sale or something. I think, oh, that sounds really neat. I want to be in on that. I'm like, you know, realistically, yeah, no. Like for instance, this mystery sale that Tiny Modernist has coming up is you know, it seems cute from the little sneak peeks and all that. I love Tiny Modernist. I love her style and her Cheryl's style and all that. But you know, I still have the Sleepy Hollow Sal that Tiny Modernist did from, I don't know, a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years. I don't even know when it was. 2018, 2019, something like that. Yeah, I still haven't, you know, barely scratched the surface of that one. I think I did finish the first part. Well, except, anyway, yeah, it's a long story. So, you know, I haven't finished that one. Pardon me, I'm very thirsty. But, you know, I have actually like 2 or 3 mystery sal kind of things, and yeah, and you know, I rather than stitch alongs, they're like somebody else mentioned, they're start alongs. I started them, but you know, I haven't gotten very far on any of them. So yeah, so as much as I would like to, you know, these stitch alongs sound very promising and very cute. At least, like the one from the Frosted Pumpkin is actually a year-long thing. I think the last clue is like in February of this coming year. So they're like, you know, once a month until February. So it's a year-long, actually, a year-long thing or something like that. But anyway, so yeah, you know, these things sound really interesting, sound really nice, sound really cute, but it's, you know, I can't, you know, I already have a whole bunch of patterns that I haven't started, that I haven't, you know, I've even bought them twice, some things twice, because I don't remember that I already have them. And so, yeah, I'm trying to, I was watching, Vonna Pfeiffer's, she had an update, I guess a few days ago, and she was talking about how she had, I've got a weird hair sticking out there. But how she she had done a monogamous May, and had worked exclusively on her lavender and lace Santa of the Forest, which is gorgeous and very intricate. And actually, I have that pattern because my sister Naomi had purchased it a long time ago and had gotten all the threads and everything else, and then, you know, never stitched it. So she gave me the pattern and the threads and everything else, and so so I have that pattern somewhere. You know, but I haven't stitched it, and it's a lot of stitching, and you know, and Vonna did a lot of it, and still has a long way to go. But you know, she was talking about how, you know, how it's very easy to, you know, to get distracted by, you know, all the new shiny things, you know, to say, ooh, look at that, ooh, look at that, ooh, look at that, and buy all these things, and then, you know, realistically, you know, it's what, stable, right? Stitching, stash acquired beyond life expectancy, right? And it's very true. I've got more patterns than I could ever possibly finish, and so you know, it would behoove me to stitch on things that I already have, you know, on all these charts, beautiful, wonderful charts that I already have. And, you know, when I look at them, I'm like, there's no way I can finish that, you know, in a, you know, a week's time or a month's time, whatever. And in fact, the ones that I'm doing for cross stitch camp, ones I already had, and you know, I'm trying to choose smaller ones that won't be too hard to finish within the 1 month time frame, along with all the WIPGO stitching I have to do. So yeah, but so I'm trying to look at the patterns that I already have, as well as all the, you know, punch needle and primitive stitcher patterns and things like that, you know. So I have a lot, and I have a lot of magazines of varying ages that have various projects in them, some of which I'm not, you know, all that interested in, and others that have patterns in them that I think, oh, you know, yeah, I kind of like to do that, but I do have a whole stack of patterns that I've like bought at the attic or bought online or whatever, you know. So yeah, so it is a good idea to sort of look at what I already have, the patterns that I've already acquired, and get around to stitching some of them. So my second new start for the month of June, I want to draw from those patterns I already have. Maybe some of the kits. I have a whole stack of kits that I haven't done. So yeah. Anyway, so saying all that to say this, I've been talking for 12 minutes. I haven't gotten to any of my stitching. So let me reach over here. And I just want to, I don't want to knock that down. Would not do me, would not be good if I knocked my mom and dad's picture down. Okay, so I want to go ahead and talk about my finish first. This is my piece for the June challenge for cross stitch camp, and this the challenge was to stitch something with a bird in it. So this Itty Bitty Kitty and the Baby Robin by Sandra Cox Vanosdall of the Sweetheart Tree. And this is a small pattern, 35 by 35 by 35. I talked about this last time, that there's a lot going on in those 35 squares. This is the finished product. Yay! Ta-da! I did do some changes. I don't know if I talked about last time how I started on a bow here in this corner, and it just looked like a blob, this thing here, because it's partially I guess kind of like 1/1. You know, you have these little angles, like there's one like a quarter stitch here and a half stitch, you know, quarter stitches basically, because they're over 1 stitches, you know, and I don't know if it's because of how tiny this weave is. This is a 32 count fabric. It's like a coffee tea dyed piece that I did myself. That was part of I think it's that from the same little piece of fabric that I had for Not Everything Counts, the one I did for my brother-in-law. But anyway, so it's this small count and then over 1, you know. So there's the Baby Robin. It's over 1. And then some of the back stitching is kind of over 1, but like in these little curlicue things. So anyway, I started to say it's supposed to have bows here, and I just like did these curlicue things just to give it, you know, to put something in there. And then the beads that are here are supposed to be white beads. They're called for, you can barely see them here, just kind of bumps. You can kind of see the beads here. But they're Mill Hill Petite. It says 40479 Mill Hill Petite Beads, Petite White. And I thought about going to the attic to buy those specific beads, but I was looking at some beads that my sister Naomi gave me when she gave me all those things from the Santa forest, and she gave me all her cross stitching stuff. But so I think the beads that she gave me were from that project, I think. And then I had some beads that I had bought for various things. And, and my sister Eve had some, she had bought some small glass seed beads that were just, they weren't Mill Hill beads specifically, but they were, petite beads or whatever, seed beads, not petite, the petite beads. So I tried a couple of different ones, and they did look too big to me. So I did have some petite beads, but not in white. So I had a blue silver kind of color and a gold one, and so I thought the gold ones looked pretty good. I did not, didn't have the white petite ones, but I did have these, so I just went ahead and used these. And so there's the gold beads, and the cat's eyes are supposed to be backstitched in this same color, this 3371. But when I did that, I felt like you couldn't really see his eyes. It just looked, like a blur, a blob there in his eyes. And so I just did it with, I think it's this same color. To make the eyes stand out. I thought about making them green or something like that, but I thought this light color makes them more visible. And so I did all the back stitching and the little curlicues, and I put the seed beads in there, the petite beads, and the word spring is over one. And yeah, so it's all done. I don't know how I'll finish it. Probably, maybe not as a pillow. It's very small and very fine. I don't know. That's a question for another day. Let me put that over here. But it's, my cross stitch camp piece is finished. So then, my WIPGO pieces, I think last time I said that that I was either close to 6 days or had done 6 days or whatever. So I think last weekend I was at my sister's house, and so I think maybe Sunday was the 6th day, maybe Monday, but I went just I kept working on it, and that's upside down. Yeah. I finished working some more in this corner. I did the dark gray that you see here, and fill that in, and all that. And there's another, shade of, there's some white, and there's the shade of gray, I think, that goes in here that I didn't get to. And this is, there's a gray color out here on the edge that's the same as one of these. And then this is the blue color. It's a very light blue, and it's almost the same color as this. But, so I thought, oh, yeah, I'll finish that cloud. It's a lot of, blue and more blue and more blue. So, but I did several rows there. I just, hit the end of the thread on this one. And I wanted to finish the outside, because this is the outside edge of the pattern. Well, I think actually on the bottom here where the ship is, so the frothy waves are, it goes a little further out. But otherwise, as far as this upper part of the ship, this is as far as it goes to this side. And of course it goes a little further here. There's some like backstitched birds, you know, flying around the boat and stuff. And this is actually, and I'm not showing it here because it's down here. This is from, this is Running with the Wind by John Ohler of Puckerbrush Incorporated here. So this is the little cloud that I was working on. And so the waves go further here. I think there's another cloud here. I think these are clouds. I don't know. But so I've done this like these lines, and you know, a few of these. There's a little men there I haven't done yet. But so I was trying to do everything except the white. Yeah, so like I said, this area of this cloud was mostly what I worked my way toward. But I finished it, so I mean the 6 days of the got upside down again. The goal of doing 6 days, I've already I did like probably 7 or 8 days, just because I wanted to get to an end point. But that's Running of the Wind. And I always, you know, when I pull it out, I think, oh, I want to do more. I want to get more of the weight of the sails done, and then, you know, it'll be more finished. Or I want to get, you know, more of the waves, the sea done, you know. But, you know, I kind of feel that way about every project, that once I get started on it, I'm like, I want to finish it. I want to finish it. I want to do more. But yeah, I don't. I haven't. So find a good place for this. And so my other WIPGO whip that I'm working on is Old Clipper Ship, and you can kind of see this better because I did the actual part of the ship here. I'm not going to take this out of the hoop. This is basically the upper part. I haven't changed since last time I showed it to you. So I haven't, you know, I'm working on just the outline of the sails here. And actually, in the instructions it says, you know, to do the ecru of the sails last, you know, before you do all the backstitch and all that, but do all other colors before you do the ecru. And I think that's to try to keep it, you know, cleaner, because it does talk about, you know, if you've washed and pressed your piece, you know, and I don't think that I intend to wash it, but I will definitely iron it, because then you do the back stitches to do the details on the rigging in the ship and the sails. There's some I don't know I can't remember what you call them, but there's, you know, rigging that goes over the sails, you know, and so and it says, you know, not to do that with a hoop, you know, and blah blah blah. So yeah, but anyway, so I worked on the bottom part of the ship just to give it more definition here, and this is all just 310, and I'm working on you can see it here, this gray color that goes along around here, and then there's more, you know, black down here. I just got tired of doing that. And so that's Old Clipper Ship, and so yesterday or today's the third-ish day. So I should be done with it by Tuesday or Tuesday or Wednesday at the latest. And that is by Virginia Creekman, for Virginia C. Creekman of Tidewater Originals. Tidewater Originals. That's this one up here. So there's some darker gray here, and so I'm doing this lighter. There's 2 shades of gray in this little stripe here, And so far I've just done the one shade. So yeah, it's there. And yeah, so I haven't gotten down to like the waves and all that yet, but I'm working on that shit part. And those are old, you know, from 89, 88, 89, the patterns. Anyway, so those are my whips. Like I said, except for the one goal of the new start, I have to pick that yet. And then the other thing, of course, is FFOs. So I don't have a whole lot of time, and I was thinking, oh yeah, I've got all the time in the world to do that. But looking at my calendar here, really, I have basically 2 weeks. And while it seems like all the time in the world, yeah, it's not. I do want to like spend a significant amount of time stitching to finish my, excuse me, in order to finish the 6 days to hit that goal. And I want to spend some significant amount of time working on that so that I can, you know, get a nice chunk, maybe finish the black and the ship, because there's kind of a lot, but I maybe finish that and that one color of gray that I'm working on, and get that done by the 6th day, so that, you know, I've made a good chunk of progress on it before I have to put it away to, you know, finish this other stuff. And I still have time to work on it, you know, depending on how long it takes me to do this finishing. And the more I think about it, the more I think it's going to be okay. The finishing is not going to take that long. So just to reiterate, one of the finishing things I'm doing is this Priscilla's Pocket Stoneware Snowman. And this comes as a little kit when you buy it. It comes with the fabric and this blackberry jam, what is it called? Black raspberry jam is what it's called. I knew there were 3 words. Black raspberry jam and yeah, I think this is 32 count linen. I'm not positive. Yeah. Anyway, so this is the finished, the picture. And, yeah, and so, like I said, it comes as a kit, comes with the linen and floss. And then I have 2 others that are finished, and one actually that was part of my mania. And actually, it's almost done, so I may be able to go ahead and finish it. But the kit also comes with this pom-pom trim. And so, like I said, I have 2 others that I finished, the Stoneware Cat and Stoneware Kitten. And then I started as part of May for Mania. I started the bunny one, Stoneware Bunny. So, like I said, it comes with a trim, and the other 2 I finished using just this. This is just fabric probably from Hobby Lobby or Walmart. I don't remember which. But so I've used, you know, small pieces for the other Stoneware Cat and Stoneware Kitten. So I want to use this same fabric for the Snowman and for the bunny, so they are all matching, because they all have matching that same linen and the same black raspberry jam, and this same polka dot trim from Lady Dot Creates. this trim. I believe that's, no, maybe I'm not speaking out of turn here. It doesn't say, but I think it's Lady Dot Creates. I don't know. I assume it is. But anyway, so I have this same blue fabric that I used to finish the other two. So I'm going to use that on this, on the Snowman, and hopefully on the Rabbit if I ever get around to finishing it. It's almost done. It doesn't take that much to finish it. I just have to sit down and do it. Pardon me for 1 second while I stick this in here, so I don't want to lose it. I did lose it for a little while. I thought, I know I have that blue fabric. I just used a little bit of it for those other two pieces, and I have a plastic, you know, storage box thing that has all my this kind of fabric in it, not stitching fabric, but backing fabric or whatever. And I knew I had this blue fabric, and it wasn't in there. And I actually looked through all the things in there, and it wasn't in there. And I thought, what the heck? And I have a box that I originally thought about putting my rabbit finishes on. And so because of that, I had put a few finishing things in there, but also I had put that blue fabric because I don't know if I had already acquired the Stoneware Snowman pattern, or maybe I had already acquired the Stoneware bunny, because that was one I bought twice. But anyway, so I found the fabric somewhere else. So now it's in that little envelope thing, so I don't lose it again, because I'm going to finish that in a couple of days, if not sooner. And so my other FFO to do for this month is these 3 rabbits, and hopefully they won't take me that long. There's January, February, and March. So the goal is to FFO all of them. And I was just looking at it because I thought, well, maybe I want to use this. This is it's a wood from the wood pile section in Hobby Lobby. It's a plywood rectangle, and it's 6 by 5. This size here. So I thought, you know, this might be a good way to finish the rabbits, because it would be, you know, it's only this big, so it would fit very nicely on there. But I want to be able to put the day of the month, you know, January, February, March, whatever. And they wouldn't all be, well, excuse me, I'm not using that, I don't think. I think what I'm actually going to use is these big circles. And they're kind of like they're supposed to be like a chalkboard surface, so you could write, you know, like they're designed actually to, if you see these holes here, they're supposed to be like a garland, you know. So like if you wanted to write happy birthday or something like that, you know, you'd be able to do that with chalk. But my idea is to, let's see if I can get this to fold right. So, you know, this is sloppily folded, but to have it, you know, mounted on this, and you know, I would have room above probably or beside it or whatever, depending where how I place it, to write the name of the month. I was looking, I was at Hobby Lobby today, And I was looking in their scrapbooking section. I kept trying to say it wrong, trying to say the word craft and scrap at the same time, and it kept coming out scrapbooking section. And they have like stickers and graphics and stuff like that. And so they have the days of the month, but they're like not. I don't know that they're all the right size. Some of them are bigger, some of them are smaller, and so I don't know if they would fit well with the design, with the mounted design. I kind of think they would, but and actually, they're not that expensive. They're like $3 for the pack or whatever. But so there would be room. I'm just showing that, like if this is like, say up at the top, there's still room below it or above it or whatever, but there's room, to put the word on there. So I could either handwrite it like in chalk, on here, or buy, that kind of lettering or something to put on there. I don't know. So these are my finishes, and this is on 32 count Murano Carré, where Hobby Lobby briefly had all these different colors of this. So this one is Spa. This is January. And this is February. Pink Splash is the color of this one. And these are, these rabbits are by Tracy Horner of Ink Circles. So this is February. And this is March. And this is Fleur is the name of this fabric. I like the way this printed flower came out right on his little butt right there. There's his tail, and this flower looks like it was purposefully on his tail there. But anyway, so the other months, the rabbits are in various stages of completion, and they're actually not, I think, not on my WIPGO list for this year. I don't think I have them. Oh, yes, I do. One of my WIPGOs, yeah, for January, one of my WIPGOs was to do 6 days on April, May, June, and July. So I must have done that because I have it marked off. I don't know that I have. Did I put the other ones on here? Maybe not. Yeah, it doesn't look like I have the other August through December on here. Doesn't look like it. So I don't know when I'm getting those done. It just depends on how things go. I don't know. But I'm hoping that this circle idea works well to finish the rabbits and then have room, to put something for the month on there. And then they would be on like one of those easel things. And actually, because of these holes, these I could either maybe put some kind of bow or something here, or I could put them, down here and put the fabric mounted rabbit over it, and then have space up here to put them on. I don't know. I look at and decide. Deciding is one of my it's not my strong suit, but that's what I'm doing. And And so I mentioned I was at Hobby Lobby today, and mostly I bought, I have because I bought them, I think, all the threads for these 4 ships. At some point I had put them on my phone, all the numbers for all of my 4 ship projects: Voyage of Discovery, Running with the Wind, Old Clipper Ship, and the ship Serenity. The ship Serenity is all is a pixelated all one color pattern. So I have one, like I think like number 930. It's a dark blue for that. And then the colors for the other 3, there's a whole bunch of them. So I have them all listed on my phone. And at some point I bought all the fabric, all the threads for those things. I think I bought them all separately. Or maybe not. But I pulled them all out of the project bags for those things when I put them away at some point. And so so I just went and bought I already have the colors. I know I have them somewhere, but I went ahead and bought bought them all again. So that way I can leave them in that project bag and they could live there, and I have them elsewhere to use for other projects. It's one of those things, what the heck. But yeah, so I bought a handful of the other colors that I didn't have like at my fingertips. But while I was there, I found this neon green Saguaro, and I think it'll make a good scissor fob. It's a little bizarre, a little different, but yeah, I think it would be a nice, if I could find the right beads to go with it. As a matter of fact, my sister showed me some neon green beads she was looking at, and if I had thought about it, I would have bought those to go with this, because to see, or at least to see if they were the right color for these. I don't know. But anyway, I might have in all the myriad beads I have something that'll match these, that'll go nicely with them. Anyway, it's one of those things I bought that you don't need to buy, but you see it and you think, oh, I skipped a day. And so I want, yeah, that's an unusual thing you don't see every day. So yeah. Anyway, so I think that is about it. So hopefully by next weekend, I'll have FFOs to show you. I will have hit the goal on my clipper ship piece, and I will have chosen a new start maybe, because like I said, I think I only have 2 or 3 days of stitching to hit the goal on this old clipper ship, and I've met my other goals, my other WIPGO stitching goal, my cross stitch camp goal, and now I just have to do my FFOs. So yeah. And I I don't know what I'm gonna do. The new starts, I don't know. I have one called The Rabbit and the Rose that was popular not too long ago. It's I think it's a with thy needle and thread design, and I really like it. It's really pretty, but at the same time, it's one of the, I was thinking, oh yeah, I should start that. And then I looked at it, I'm like, because I even have fabric for it, set in the in the project bag for it, but it's very prim colors, so it's very very muted colors, and I'm not the kind that like just says, oh, I'm going to use this color, I'm going to and pick my own colors. I'm not inclined to do that, and so I was looking at it thinking, yeah, I should do that, but at the same time I'm like, it's one of my bunnies from my bunny collection, because I seem to have a lot of bunnies. But for some reason it wasn't like, you know, calling to me. And I don't know, there's maybe a couple of other things that are calling to me, but I don't have fabric for them or something necessarily. And I do have a lot of fabric to dye, and if I would just do it, I would have something specifically for those you know, projects like I said, that I have some kits that you know, came with Ada, and that's fine, but I would like to dye that Ada for that kit, so that, because of my aversion to stitching on white, so I would like to dye that before I start them. So maybe that'll, you know, give me incentive to buckle down and sort of, you know, do that dyeing, and just get it done so that I can start on something else, you know. Yeah, so anyway, that's where I am. So I will see you then next week, and hopefully I will have some new stuff to show you, and I will see you then. All right. Until then, have a good time, have a good week, have a happy Father's Day, and I will see you next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.